What's up, Looky Loos? This is Ariel here with Looks with Ariel. I'm here today to do another tutorial with the James Charles palette for that versatility series that I'm doing. Um, Good news, my Morphe brushes came in yesterday, but there was a snafu with the bundle that I got. So I ordered the iBabes Faves bundle, and it's supposed to come with 15 brushes. Yeah. Only I would just get 14. So I am trying to email their customer service about that one missing brush here, but I have 14 brushes. That should be plenty. I also still have the brushes that I used before. So I'm going to go ahead and do my face off of camera, and then I'll be back with the eye look. Okay, I lied. So I said I was going to do my face and come back. I have not finished my face yet, but I wanted to test out this new contour brush from Morphe. It's the angled contour brush, so this is going to be good for my nose. So I'm going to dip into that color Sombre with the KVD Shade and Light palette that I've used before, and I'm just going to go ahead and try to contour that nose a little bit. Alright, so that looks pretty nice. Sorry, I kind of covered my face there, but I wanted to get a good angle in this mirror. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard with that shade on my face there, without the light on the other side. So I don't know if you can see like how that carved it out a little bit. And I like to bring the contour up to like my eyebrow, just so it really does look like it's coming from my brow bone there. So I think it looks nice. I'm gonna go ahead and buff it out and I'll be back. Okay, bye. Okay, welcome back. So, got my contour done, got my face done, I did my eyebrows off camera. Think I'm ready to go ahead today. So I want to do a look that's more simple, kind of like the soft glam look, but I think I'm going to go for a punch of color in the corner of my eye here and bring it down into my waterline. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Sorry, I was looking at my other computer. Let's go ahead and get started. So, using the Morphe brushes, I'm going to go in with the brush E18, and I'm going to be dipping into the shade T. And I'm just going to go ahead, I'm actually going to pull this James Charles palette up here. I'm just going to go ahead and go into the crease here. And I like how these brushes feel. They're super soft, pretty precise. Let's see if I can get that color into this inner part of my crease here a little bit. It's so crazy. I don't know if you just heard that like music on my street. I live on a pretty quiet tree-lined street. You would think like not a lot of crazy stuff happens over here, but there's been some stuff that has gone down over by my house. We almost had a fight between a UPS and USPS postal service guy, and there was like another woman there too. I don't know which team she was playing for that day, but it was a whole charade. And then there's always like people honking because the street's pretty narrow, so if someone stops and parks their car for a moment and people are trying to get through, it's always a fight. So sometimes you'll hear that stuff, and sometimes you'll just hear people race down the street because they think no one's down here, which is not true. There are people constantly walking their dogs and going grocery shopping. Like me, I'm going to Target today. I feel like I'm always going somewhere whenever I talk to you guys, even though it's nowhere special, but you know. Okay, so we got that blended out in the crease. I think that looks pretty nice. Now we're going to dip into the shade Punch Me. Interesting name for a shade. And that's going to be on the Morphe E13 brush, or E17 brush. And we're going to go just above that dark brown in the crease just to blend that out a little bit. Just kind of get that looking really nicely blended together. I've never done this kind of, look, especially with these new brushes. So this is like, even though I've done a similar look to this before, it's kind of a new experience for me. This is my first time like actual brushes doing actually what they're supposed to do. So we'll see. We'll see how this ends up, I guess. I feel like I'm going to want to go back in and darken up that brown on the crease. But we'll see. We'll see how this shakes out. And this is like a random Wednesday. I normally don't do my makeup on Wednesdays, but I have a friend in town. My boyfriend and I are going to go to dinner and drinks with him and a couple of other friends. So, and that will be a safe quarantine group at a nice restaurant that will be, certified to allow people into their restaurant. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Now, I'm going to do kind of like a cut crease here again. So I'm going to go ahead and find that NARS concealer that we used the other day, again in the shade Affogato. And I'm going to use a Morphe brush again, but not one of the new ones that I just received. Just that same brush that we used last time. These again are all clean new brushes here. So I'm just going to go ahead and place that concealer on that brush. Stick that back in there. And I'm just going to kind of do like a cut crease from the corner almost to the edge of my eye here, just to get a nice bright shade in there. So when that's done, I'm going to use, again, not a Morphe brush, but this is the only brush I could find that looked like what I wanted to use. It's the other end, like, not this is the more precise end of a Beverly Hills, Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. This is kind of more of like the fluffier end. And so I want to dip into, I don't know, what color do I want to dip into here? Maybe we'll go with that nice, like, orangey red shade. Let's see, which one is that? Looks like it's 518. It's a nice, like, pinkish, orangey red. This one right here. And we're just going to kind of go over where we had that concealer. And we'll see how nice that looks. I don't know if you can see how cute and like soft and subtle that is. It's really nice. Alright. And now I think, once again, I'm just going to go ahead and do what I did last week, where I dipped ever so slightly into that NARS concealer here and just put it in the very corner of my eye, just so that when I do that little punch of color in the bottom waterline, it'll look really nice. And if my sound is much better, please let me know. I've been using the blue speaker, it's like a little orb thing. I used it for like a test podcast with one of my friends, and we kind of had to ditch that because she's in school. So in the future, we'll have a podcast with my friend. So yeah, if that sounds better, let me know. So I'm going to go ahead and dip in with the 213. This is a smudge brush. Look at that. Look at how cool that looks. Never knew that before. So we're going to dip into the color Rusted. Okay, and we're just going to put that over the concealer. Really want to cover up that concealer there. Get it really nice and fully covered. And then we're just going to drag that color in the waterline on the bottom of my eye. And it might look like I'm on drugs. I hadn't thought about it like that. Maybe what I'll do is, after I get that red under, I'll add some purple underneath just to give it a nice difference. I hadn't really thought about that, me looking high, but that's okay. Oh gosh. There's only so much I can do, guys. Only so much I can do. Okay. So now we just did that on the right eye. We're going to go ahead and do that on the left eye. And so just to repeat that process here once again, we're going to go in with that NARS concealer, dip it onto, I want to say it's a packing brush. I'm not really positive. But we're going to go ahead and dip into that brush. And we're going to go ahead and just go maybe like 2/3 of the way on the eyelid just to get a nice coverage. And I kind of went over with that brown a little bit more on the color, or on the crease than I should have, or on the eyelid than I should have. So just want to make sure I get that brown kind of covered up enough there. Alright, so we got that good. So now we're going to go ahead and dip back into that shade 518, and we're going to cover that area that I put the concealer on with that nice, like, orangey, pinkish red shade. I might do some pre-recording for the next week, just because once again when I'm at work I don't really want to risk recording and then having crazy stuff happen to me at work, like me being more busy than I am at home. So I'll probably pre-record. So if it looks like I'm in the same, well, I'm always in the same space, but if it looks like I'm in the same general mood or whatever, or my nails look the same, this is different from the last, or 2 videos ago, it's just because I pre-recorded, no big deal. So we're going to, again, dip in with that smudge brush into the shade Rusted, and we're going to cover that concealer. And I do think I'm going to add I don't know if I want to do a pink or if I want to do a purple underneath that red. I'm not positive, but we'll find out. We'll just see how I feel, I guess, when this is over. Oh, screen almost timed out. Okay, that looks pretty nice, I think. Now we just want to go over with those colors just to make them brighter. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and kind of redo that crease color just to make it a little bit darker, a little bit more intense. Just to really dramatize that's smoky kind of look that we're going for. I probably should have mentioned that prior to this, but that's okay. We'll get there. Once again, we're going to dip in with that lighter brown just to smoke it out a little bit. Okay. I feel like that's intense enough. Maybe I want to go in with a little bit more of that 518 shade just to brighten up that shimmery color. Just because I did put a darker color. You know what? Maybe I also want to bring that dark down into the very edge of 518. Just again to smoke it out a little bit. And like I said, we did go 2/3 of the way on the lid. So we have a little bit of extra space on the eye. And once we do eyeliner, it'll look a lot more put together. Okay, so now we have that shade Rusted on the under eye. Maybe we want to go ahead and add purple to the bottom just so it doesn't look so crazy. And I think if we're going to do that, because it's a red and we want to do a transition kind of color, I think we're going to go with the color Single. And we're just going to dip into that with the other end of that smudge brush and just go directly under that red shade. I think it looks a little bit nicer. Definitely looks more of a look. Oh boy. I may have put my foot in my mouth this time. Looks a little crazy. But crazy as crazy does, right? Let's try to see if we can salvage this with the eyeliner. Okay guys, so we're back. I put eyeliner on. It looks a little crazier in the camera than I think it actually looks. It's a very different look. I don't think I've ever done something like this before, but I kind of am digging it a little bit. I don't know if you can see the gradation of the red to the purple. I kind of like it. I think it looks nice. And I got my nice long eyelashes going there with that PUR, because again, we spell on this channel because I don't know how to pronounce. I will look it up one of these days. I don't know when that's going to be, but, we'll figure it out. So yeah, it's just it's super random. I wouldn't have thought to have done this unless I was sitting here doing it in front of a camera and had to figure something out, like I just did. But yeah, I think it looks super cool and unique. So now I think for highlighter, I got that new highlighting brush, so we're going to try that one out. We're going to dip into that shade Face, I think it was, or maybe not. Maybe it was Sister. And I somehow screwed it up. That shimmery color that I put on my lid there, it was not 518, it was called Literally. So, sorry for lying to you on that one. So again, we're going to dip into that shade Sister with that Morphe brush that I just got, M532. It's the highlight brush. And we're just going to go ahead and put the highlight right underneath that eyelid there and bring that up just around the eye. I kind of like this eye look too, just because maybe it reminds me of I don't know, fall. I know fall's kind of coming around the corner here, so it's kind of keeping summery vibes, but introducing fall. I don't know, maybe it's just because it's the season. I'm just in that, that feeling. I don't know, maybe I'm in my feels for this episode. I don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on the bridge of the nose as well, and then because this one can do the tip, we're gonna just put it right on the tip. And we're going to put right in the nape of my lips there. Okay. Very nice brush, super soft and easy. Gave me a really nice pigment there. And now for lipstick today, I think I'm going to use the Smashbox shade Plum Scene. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just digging that for today's color. Actually, maybe not. I think for today's look, we're going to try to mix some colors together. I definitely think we're going to use that shade Take a Bite, but we're going to maybe put lines just on the edge of my lip, and then we're going to use, let's see, do I want to use the KKW cream lipstick in the shade 5, or do I want to use the Maybelline lipstick in the shade Toasted Truffle? Choices, guys, choices. Well, let's see. Let's go ahead and show these colors here, and then I'm going to decide based off of my eye look. Okay. So we're going to use this with one of these. I don't know why it's so dirty. I mean, I don't know if it melted or something, but so this KKW, this is the Maybelline. Okay, maybe I'm going to go in with the Sephora shade Take a Bite. I got lipstick all over my hands. Okay, anyway. Ugh, okay. Anyway, we're going to just do some minimal lines on my lips here. And normally this is something that you would do with lip liner, but I don't have lip liner. So we're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing it today. Oh. it'd be smart to close the lipstick before I put the cap on, wouldn't it? Yeah. Jesus. Okay. So again, we're going to use that Maybelline Matte Color 570 Toasted Truffle, and we're going to put that on the edges of my lips here. And then we're just going to kind of rub it together. Because I want that like nice mixed look. I don't know if you can see, like it's kind of like an ombre effect. I think it kind of creates a cool color. It almost kind of matches that mix of like the red and purple in my eyes there. Yeah, I think that looks really cool actually. Never done that before with these two shades, so super cool experiment. It's always nice to try different things on camera. I think it's kind of a fun opportunity to try something new. This will not be my outfit for tonight. I just wanted to jump on here and just do something really quick before I went out. Yeah, I think this looks super nice. As crazy as it looks and as crazy as it may seem, I think it looks really nice. So yeah, I think this is today's video for today. I hope you guys like this look. I like the Morphe brushes that I received a lot, and I can't wait for the next video. Till next time, Looky Loos. Alright, bye!